Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 6 of the 21-day yoga challenge. I hope you're enjoying this lovely start to your day and that it's making you feel more positive and productive for your days ahead. So, a little reminder, I know that some people switch off towards the end, which is absolutely fine. The lovely Manduka Europe are sponsoring this challenge and they're giving away a mat to someone that's completing all 21 days. So do make sure you drop me a little comment in the video, below the video, to make sure I know that you've done it as your little entry. So let's get started with our yoga. Knees are going to come wide as the mat as we come down into child's pose. Sit your bum nice and close to your heels and then walk your hands away, as long as there's not a dog in your way. Allow yourself to grow nice and long. Fingertips out towards the top of the mat and sit bones to sink heavy down towards the heels. Let your head feel nice and heavy. And just start to tune into the movements of your breath. Start to let that breath move a little deeper as you feel a full expanse into the chest. And slowly releasing that breath, encouraging softness, encouraging the body to feel nice and light. And then take yourself one more deep breath in. Those fingertips stay reaching away from you. And as you exhale, let your hands walk off towards the right side of your mat. So your chest is moving towards your right knee. You can leave your hands separate. Perhaps if you would like a deeper stretch, your left hand can hold your right. Feel that extra length in the left side body. And keep that left sit bone feeling nice and heavy. Great, we'll take one more deep breath in and then breathing out as you walk all the way over to the other side. Chest comes towards the left knee, and again either hands to stay separate or perhaps the right hand wants to hold the left. Send your breath into that right side of the rib cage. And then walking your hands back onto the mat, walking your way in so you're sat onto your shins, and you can just bring your knees a little closer together and sit yourself tall. Let your right fingertips come to rest onto the floor next to you as your left ear falls towards your left shoulder, feeling that length in the right side. And then just take some gentle nods of the head, a lift and a drop of the chin, just letting that right side of the neck find some movement, find some length. And then let your chin roll all the way over so the right ear is by the right shoulder, and let your left fingertips rest onto the mat next to you. Again, just some little bits of movement. Letting that neck wake up. Maybe there's a few clicks as things start to move. You can then release your fingertips and just let the chin roll from side to side. One ear towards one shoulder, and then all the way over, one ear towards the other. Lovely. And then draw yourself back towards center, taking the hands onto the mat in front of you, coming towards your tabletop position. From here, take a deep breath in, lift through the chest, sit bones to the sky as you gaze up. And as you exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone and draw the chin to the chest. And we're going to add a little bit more movement to our cat and cow this morning. So I want you to pop your sit bones back down towards your heels as if you're coming back towards child's pose. And then with a deep breath in, with a rounded cat back, come forwards, rise towards tabletop. And as you exhale, push your sit bones to the sky as you push your bum back towards your heels. As you breathe in, you rise up, rounded spine, chin to the chest. As you breathe out, sink back down, sit bones are leading. Couple more like that. Any movements you like here. Breathing in, you can do normal cat and cow if you prefer. Breathing out, sinking down. And then last one, inhale, broaden the spine. Exhale to roll yourself all the way back. And then from here, we're going to draw ourselves all the way down onto the mat. So supporting the weight by bending those elbows, controlling your way down all the way onto your belly and chest. I want you to bring your hands out onto the mat in front of your shoulders and quite wide, so maybe even as wide as the mat. Elbows are going to point up towards the sky, and then let your forehead rest onto the mat. Let your shoulder blades squeeze together and feel that broadness in the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders. And just keep those elbows tall as you find that stretch there. Nice deep breath in. And then breathing out, release your head. Let your hands come down flat, so palms to the mat. We're going to reach out through the toes as we squeeze through the glutes. As you inhale, ripple your chest up and away from the mat to look forwards as the shoulders stay a long way away from the ears, cobra pose. As you exhale, ripple your way back down as you release. Again, inhale, rippling up. Let the hands help with a bit of a push, but keep the elbows in. Exhale to ripple your way down. Good, same again guys. Inhale, rippling up. Feel a squeeze of the lower back, broaden the chest. And exhale as you ripple down. This time as you inhale, ripple up, take a little look over your right shoulder. Feel that left side get a little longer. Exhale to release. And then last one, inhale, rippling up, looking over left shoulder. Feel the right side body get a little longer. And exhale as you come all the way down and release. Get your hands underneath your chest. Push your way all the way back up onto knees. Tuck the toes under behind you as you lift your hips up and back to find your way into downward facing dog. And of course, you're very welcome to take that pedal out of the legs. Trying to do it mindfully so that one knee bends generously as the other leg finds a little bit more length and a push of the heel towards the mat. Opening those shoulders nice and broad, sending the sit bones tall. And then take one more breath. On the exhale, walk your hands back to come to meet your feet at the back of the mat. So push your way all the way back. Coming into a Ragdoll Fold, so the belly and thighs, are close together. The arms can dangle or cross. And just allow the upper body to feel very heavy as it dangles in front of the legs. Your sit bones pushing to the sky, so those hamstrings are trying to be that little bit longer. If you want to take that soft little sway, you are very welcome to. And then release your hands down onto the mat, or maybe just your fingertips. Wiggle your feet to be wider, maybe about as wide as the mat, and the toes to point outwards. From there, I want you to sink your sit bones down towards your heels, towards a little yogi squat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, push those hips back to the sky as you find that fold. Keep the soft bend in the knees, we're not forcing the legs straight here. Again, sinking the hips low towards heels, lifting chest, looking forwards. Exhale, pushing the hips tall, letting the head dangle, soften through the neck. One more of each of those. Sink the hips low, knees point wide. And then pushing hips tall, finding that fold. As long as you can feel that stretch in your hamstrings, you've got it. Lovely. From your fold, let yourself sink back down towards your yogi squat, your Malasana. Now you're very welcome to stay here, depending on how you feel, where you are in your practice. If you'd like to wake yourself up a bit with a go at crow pose, can't get my words out this morning, you're very welcome to give it a little go here. Hands onto the mat in front of you, knees onto the back of your triceps, squeeze the thighs in, gaze and chest come forwards, seeing if heels can come towards hips. Staying in yogi squat is a lovely option, or you could keep your toes on the floor, taking some weight into the upper body. That's definitely a way to wake you up this morning. Let those feet come back to the floor, into your yogi squat. Take a deep breath in, lifting through the chest. And as you exhale, walk your hands forwards. The knees can come to the floor before returning those hips into the sky and into downward facing dog. From here, with your right leg, take a deep breath in, reach it to the sky for three-legged dog. Left heel stays heavy. Find a big reach through those top toes. On the exhale, let the foot come forwards, placing it between the hands, help it if it needs help, and then drop the back knee down to the floor. Left hand stays down. With an inhale, right arm rises to the sky as you twist through your torso. Allow the hips to keep sinking forwards and down. A little bit of a squeeze through your left glutes. Breathing in, option to pause here. As you breathe out, other option would be to bend your back knee and let the hand in the sky come to catch that foot. That's going to wake up your quad muscles. Keep the twist of the torso, rolling right chest back. Great, breathing in. As you breathe out, two hands to come down to the mat. Back foot releases down. Turn your front foot out and away from you so it points off to one side. And then roll the foot onto the little toe edge so the knee is falling away from the body. Keeping the chest forwards. You might want to stay here onto hands. If you've got a little bit more range to work with, you could send your arms or one arm down to an elbow. Keep pushing that knee away, keeping the chest lengthening forwards. Great, breathing in. As you breathe out, stacking yourself back onto hands if you went down, turn the foot back to face forwards, lift the back knee, and then walk yourself round to the left side of the mat so that all toes point towards the left and you're into a nice wide-legged stance. Feet to be parallel with the short edges of your mat. Fingertips to the floor, and as you inhale, think of a long spine, tabletop shape. And as you exhale, allow yourself to fold. Maybe you can find a little bit more depth. Hands can walk back towards the center of the mat. Let the head hang nice and loose, releasing the tension from the neck. Finding that nice long length in the back of the legs. Great, lengthen your spine, breathing in and breathing out. Good, draw yourself back towards fingertips, walk yourself back towards the top of the mat. Step the foot back, send your hips into the sky as you move back into downward facing dog. Maybe keeping that soft bend of the knees, letting the lower back stay long. And then with your left leg, inhale, rise it to the sky, reaching those toes tall, a nice strong top leg. On the exhale, draw it forwards, placing the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down and the right hand is going to stay to the floor. Inhale, left arm rises. Twisting the chest, sending the gaze to those top fingertips. Keep driving the hips slightly forwards and down. Option to stay here, or the option is to bend the back knee and the hand in the sky goes to find that foot to stretch through the quad. It's a big stretch, this one, guys. If you have the foot, give it a little pull in towards your bum, but at the same time, think of your bum running away from that foot. Great, take your last one. And then exhale, release the foot. Release it back to the mat if you have it. 2 hands to come to the inside of this front foot. Turn the foot ever so slightly outwards so it's pointing a little bit off towards the left. And then roll the knee away from you. So you're rolling onto the little toe edge. Doesn't matter how much lift that foot finds. Staying here, thinking of the chest pulling forwards. If anything, look forwards to encourage that shape. You've got the option to drop 1 elbow, maybe 2, to really turn that hip opener into something very juicy this morning. Draw the chest forwards, breathing in and breathing out. You can then stack yourself back up onto the hands. Turn the foot forwards, lift the back knee, this time walking around to the right side as you come back to this wide-legged shape. Hands to the mat, take a deep breath in, lengthen the chest. And as you exhale and fold, you could do the same again with your hands. If you wanted to take a different variation, perhaps you might want to hold on to the ankles, give yourself a little pull. Maybe you want to interlace the hands behind your back, open into the shoulders. Do whichever one takes your fancy this morning. Allowing the weight to be ever so slightly forwards towards the toes, but making sure those heels stay firmly rooted against the floor. Great, breathing in and breathing out. Draw yourself back up towards fingertips. Look towards your back right foot and let the toes point away from you, off towards the right hand side. We're going to walk our hands across as we think of sinking our sit bone towards that heel as the left toes turn to the sky. Big old hip opener, so stay onto the ball of the foot if that's not quite working for you this morning. You can stay into a little toe stand. We're not staying for long. You can then walk your hands all the way up and over. Let those left toes turn slightly away from you. Sink the sit bones towards the heel as the right toes turn to the sky. You could also choose to perhaps put one hand behind you to help you find that balance here if the heel doesn't want to hit the mat. From there, you can walk yourself over that left shoulder, turn yourself back round to face center, and then just drop yourself down onto the knees. You can spin your feet around and draw your legs out in front of you. The left leg to stay extended as you bend the right knee, popping the foot just next to the left knee. The right hand goes behind you, and you've got a couple of options. You can either give this leg a nice hug as you look over the right shoulder, or you could try hooking the elbow around the thigh. Quite a deep twist as you look to the right. Trying to keep those left toes towards the sky, not forgetting about that leg. Feeling that back left side of the body. Get a nice stretch here. Breathing in. And then breathing out, all the way back to center. Extend the right leg and bend the left foot pretty much next to the knee. The left hand goes behind you, and same again. Either give the leg a hug as you look over left shoulder, or you can hook the elbow around the thigh. Make it that little bit of a deeper twist, or a lot bit of a deeper twist. Great, deep breath in. And then breathing out as you unravel, draw yourself to center, and then just scoot yourself forward so you've got some space onto the mat behind you. Arms to reach out in front, and then slowly unraveling. Tailbone is tucked, chin to the chest, rounded spine as you release your way down on backs. Knees can hug in towards the chest when you get there as you give yourself a nice soft little squeeze. Maybe take a little sway from left to right. And then releasing your feet. One leg at a time, step them out to go nice and loose and floppy onto the floor. Turn the palms to face the sky. Feel that broadness across your chest as you close your eyes and just take a few moments of stillness here. Keep your focus softly on the breath, just watching it move in and out, knowing that the body has nothing it needs to do here. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel that reawakening. Finding some movements in the hands and the feet. And then drawing the knees into the body as you give yourself a little hug. And then whichever way is most comfortable for you, find your way back to a comfortable seated position. Your final breath in to circle the arms to the sky, reaching tall. And your final breath out to draw the hands to the belly and the chin down towards the chest. Thank you all so much. That is 6 days that we've done, so tomorrow we'll complete our first week. So if you've managed to join for 6 days in a row, that is great going, but also don't worry too much if you miss a day. I know a few people have felt worried that they've missed a day. Something is always better than nothing. So, you know, if it's making you feel good in the morning to do a yoga practice, then do it. But no, life happens and there's no criticism for not coming every single day. Thank you so much for turning up. Thank you so much for everyone that continues to take the classes in their own time. I really appreciate that too. I'd love to hear what you thought of the class in the comments, and I would super appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel as well to help support me. Have a lovely day, guys, and I hope to see you tomorrow at 7 a.m.